Back. And we are back. Boom. Hi, everyone. Do you remember me? Do you miss me?
It's been so long. Who are you?
Who are you? Who's your daddy? And what does he do? Do you know the reference there?
Yeah, it's from Kindergarten Cop, starring Arnold Schwarzenegger.
You bought me that film for my birthday about 2 years ago.
I did. You're welcome.
And I
Have you
watched it. Yeah, I did. I actually watched it about a month after you bought it for me. And there's a line in it. I can't remember what it was. It was like, oh, that was it. Like there was like a drugs den where everyone's like watching TV and doing drugs and whatnot. And Arnold Schwarzenegger walks in with a shotgun, and he goes, "I'm the party pooper," then shoots someone in the face. That was the best.
He's a good egg. We like Arnold Schwarzenegger.
We like his eggs. They are good. Right, so we should probably start the podcast for reals. No intro. We're just going to go straight in cold.
Straight in
cold. Like my turkey on Boxing Day. I'm going in cold. Can you believe that? I found out that Americans, so if there are any Americans listening to this, they don't know what sausage rolls are. Did you know this, Chris? Sausage rolls is a British thing. There was an article that came out in I think it was the New York Post or whatever it's called. And it was an article all about sausage rolls, explaining to Americans what they were, because it's something that they just don't have them in America. It's a delicacy they are not aware of, which surprises me.
That's amazing.
That is unbelievable. Like Greg's, our boy Greg's. And
I assumed that Americans would be all over that off of questionable dietary choices.
Off of Greece.
I mean, like, you just assume that it's something kind of... How?
It does seem very American.
Weird.
It's very odd. And this article, like, there are Americans commenting on the website. Like, they were literally so confused. They didn't understand what it meant by a sausage rolled. They couldn't get their head around. It's just crazy. It was crazy.
My top international food fact, which I think I've brought to this show before, but I love it.
Do it.
Christmas Day in Japan, everyone goes mad for KFC because they were in the 80s when KFC were trying to get big in Japan. They sold the idea that it's this big thing that happens in America, and they kind of convinced the whole of Japan that it happens. And now you have to book your slot on Christmas if you go to KFC in Japan because it's so popular.
What do they have there? Is it like a certain thing they have, or is it just like whatever's on the menu?
Just like what we have at KFC, like any day of the year. But in Japan, they're told it's like the done thing, and everyone's just kind of grown up with it now. And now KFC's like have to, organize when their diners are coming in on Christmas Day.
That's crazy.
I know, it's nuts.
I'm trying to think of what
little kids don't know what a sausage roll is.
The world is just all effed up, really. Where England is the only country knows. We know how the world works. We have our sausage rolls and our KFCs every other day of the year. I do like a chicken zinger. Literally, I haven't been to KFC in years, but I love their zinger burgers. They're amazing.
I think the last time I went to KFC was with you.
Probably.
I think we went to the rubbish one in old Poole Town, and you had they had some sort of special Chicago Buster Zinger Winger or something.
Why were we in Poole eating KFC? When did this happen?
Good question. Good question, man. Why does anyone go to Poole? Hey,
Oh,
how's the new house in Poole, Colin?
It's not Poole, it's Bournemouth. Oh no, I've just revealed where I live. Oh shit. It's really nice.
No.
It's very cozy. It's got built-in mood lighting, as you can see from the lights around my head. And you can see like on our gone
on your mad tweets, are those welcome to your new house cards?
Yeah, I was just about to say, where's yours, Chris? I can't see it. Where is it? Oh god, thanks a lot.
We haven't given you no address, have you wonker?
123 Fake Street, Springfield. That is my address.
Okay, I'll send you something.
Cheers then. Anyway, we should probably start the podcast for real. Hello, everybody, and welcome to episode 115 of Heroes of Handheld, the world's premium podcast dedicated to everything handheld gaming. Now, you might be wondering, who's that new presenter they've got? Who's that lovely sounding young chap? Well, people, you've been duped because I've been here since the very beginning, but I've been away for about a month because I was moving into my new abode. It happened to Chris about a year and a half ago, and he spent like a month moving into the Pineapple Building in London with Lord Sugar. And it took me I think it's been 4 weeks since my last podcast. It must be something like that.
It has been a long old time.
Yeah, because I've lived here for 3 weeks now. I think, yeah, it's 4 weeks. It's been exactly a month since I was last here. We need to start thinking about Christmas now, Chris. That's how long it's been.
Happy Christmas to Colin.
Thanks.
Happy Christmas to Colin.
Thanks a lot for your
Happy Christmas, dear Colin. Happy Christmas to Colin.
You know when two girl best friends have their periods in sync? Well, I think
Yeah.
it's the same for me and Chris because we started podcasting. We turned on our webcams, and the first thing we both noticed is that we had our dirty laundry behind us. What's happening? You see my clothes horse behind me, just like sitting there intently. Chris has moved his. I'm not too
Yeah.
sure why he moved his.
I moved mine because I had some pants on display that I didn't want you seeing because they're a little bit risque.
The man thong is back. Do you put your? Well, how do you dry? Because we don't have a tumble dryer. So how do you actually dry your clothes? Because we've got it on the clothes horse. It
So-
takes ages to dry.
Have you got a garden?
No.
Right.
Oh, you've got a
Sure.
garden, haven't you? Shit.
So you either want to put them on a clothes horse, or you
Yes.
can put them on the radiator
Mm.
because then they're quite airy, and then you just leave them inside. And then your room gets damp, and then your landlord kicks up a fuss, and it's your own fault for having a tumble dryer. Or you can go to a laundrette if
And
you've got 3,000 hours to spare.
And then the mold creeps in and we all die. Anyway.
Yeah, have you got mold yet?
Not yet. We're working on it though. It's coming soon.
Goodbye.
Just one last thing about my place. Thanks a lot for the housewarming card. You know, it's made a nice. It fits well with all my others. Oh wait.
Well, I hate to break it to you, Colin. It's quite hard to send a housewarming card when you don't have their person's address. That does make it difficult.
Another summer day has come and gone away in Paris and Rome.
So you're glad to be back? Happy to be back? Happy to be here?
I'm
Happy
ready. I'm ready. To
talking
rock.
everything 3DS, Vita, Android, iOS, all of your jam. Are you ready? Because if so, we can start with some news.
I'm ready to rock and or roll.
Let's do some news.
Let's not start with news yet. I want some things I want to talk about. Firstly, I'm very excited because
Oh, apparently.
next
Go on,
week,
Go on, then.
next week, Chris sees the release. What are you doing?
I'm just listening.
I thought you were like hopping up and down. It's making a weird noise. So next week sees the release of the final episode of the Game of Thrones Telltale series. I can't wait. Episode 6 is coming out next Tuesday. I believe it's coming out on. It's either coming out on Tuesday on PC and PlayStation, then on the Wednesday for Xbox. But I saw somewhere that they're releasing all at the same time, so it might just be the 17th, which is next Tuesday. But can't wait. If you've been playing these Telltale games, they are constantly knocking out of the park of these games. Amazing. The cliffhanger, well, not really the cliffhanger, but the decision at the end of episode 5, unbelievable. Absolutely. They've not done such a big decision ever. I'd say I've not played every Telltale game, but the decision that you have to make at the end of episode 5 literally changes everything. So episode 6
Can I ask, Colin?
yeah,
Does it mess around with the book / TV canon, or is it like separate people?
it's separate people.
Okay, so what you're actually doing won't have a grand effect in terms of the known story.
No, not at all.
Okay.
It's
but for you, it's a big deal.
well, no, but they've got characters from the main series in it. So you got your Daenerys, you got your Tyrion, you got your Cersei, but they don't really add much to the story. They're just they're sort of like passengers on the story, basically. So the house that you play as is House Forrester, and they are mentioned briefly in A Dance with Dragons, which is the 5th book in the series. They're very briefly mentioned. So they are there. They're not just a made-up house, but they're not a major house, basically. And you do, that is a good point, actually. You do sometimes think, you know, like, my decisions aren't really going to matter. Like, when you're talking to a character from the main TV series, you know you can't do anything to them because they're alive in the TV series, basically.
Yeah.
And this game isn't going to go against what the series is doing because it's supposed to, I think it's, well, it starts off, well, the whole game starts off at the Red Wedding. I'm not going to spoil what the Red Wedding is for anyone who doesn't know, but I don't know, in a way, like, when certain characters appear, you know how it's going to play out in a way, because nothing you do is going to like stop them from living.
Affect them massively. Yeah, yeah.
And that happened in the last episode. But I'm looking forward to the last one, because the decision at the end of episode 5 was huge. And hopefully, once they've all been released, there'll be a release date for the Vita, because all the Telltale games normally come to PlayStation Vita.
And then I'll bother to play it.
Yeah, I'm surprised you haven't played it yet. That saddens me, because I want to talk about it with you. It's good. But yeah, I'm looking forward to that. And I just wanted to get off my chest. Obviously, quite a few big games out this week. Fallout 4, Rise of the Tomb Raider came out as well. COD's out as well. So pretty much the month I decided to go off, every single game came out, all the important games. I was looking on my Time Hop on my phone. Have you got Time Hop, Chris?
Yeah, I love it.
Literally, about 2 days ago, every single year was me tweeting something about Call of Duty. Literally, like 6 years ago, 5 years, 4 years, 3 years, 2 years, 1 year, just saying about Call of Duty. It's crazy. So they all come out at the same sort of time. It's weird. Anyway,
it's like November, October, isn't it?
Yeah. Right. So I was going to do this week's free game, but I think the game I've selected is only available on iOS.
Ooh. Okay, what's it called? I'll look it up whilst you tell everyone about it.
It's called Landsliders, and I downloaded this yesterday. It's a lot of fun. I really am liking it. And the big twist of this is that rather than move the character around, you have to move the land around. So your character stays still, but you move the land around with your finger. And you've got to pick up, I think they're little maps you have to pick up. And there's a certain amount you need to collect for each level. It's really fun, actually. The art style is gorgeous. It's really nice to look at. It's free. And there doesn't seem to be any like pay to win sort of things either. So, you know, it's
bad news.
Free game. Is it not an Android?
If I search Landsliders, it suggests Hotel Transylvania 2 and Crossy Road.
That's the one. Oh, balls.
Really, though, like, other people are searching for it because it comes up in the suggested, but there's just no version of it on
surely
Android that I can find.
They've got to be working on the version, surely, for Android.
You'd hope so. Yeah. Or someone's going to nick their idea.
Yeah. Also, I know this is a game you've probably played, Chris, because you're a big fan of the Rayman Run games. But is it called Fiesta Run? Was it called the Rayman Run game spin-off?
Oh, Rayman
Fiesta. What's it
Fiesta,
called?
Isn't it? I'll search it.
Rayman. Yeah, Fiesta Run. That's what it's called. Which is pretty much the
Rayman Jungle Run as well.
Yeah, so this is a continuation of the Rayman Run games, and it's free on iOS at the moment. It's this week's app of the week. So if you've not played those Rayman games, they look amazing. It's an endless runner, but it's got a Rayman twist, and that's the thing with these Rayman games. I keep saying Rayman Legends is my favorite Vita game of all time. The art style is just absolutely stunning. I could stare at it literally for hours. That's what I've realized recently, that something that really draws me into a game is when there's a good art style. You know, that really, like, when it's a colorful, bright art style and keeps me coming back. That's a main draw for me. You know, so that's why I like these Rayman games. So definitely check those out. But yeah, so if you haven't played Fiesta Run, download it for free on iOS, and if you have an iOS device, why not play Landsliders? Chris can't do that, so I look forward.
Fiesta Run is like £2.50 as well on Android. So thanks, Colin. All the best. Can't wait to review it next week.
Can't we?
Are you going to pay for that one, or
can't wait for your review, mate? No. Anyway, so let's move on. Let's do some news. Let's hand over to Chris for some news.
Okay, so the big news this week is that today we're recording on the 11th of November, and it's the 11th of the 11th, 2015. Tomorrow at 2 p.m. Pacific time on November the 12th, Nintendo are going to be doing their first Nintendo Direct in absolutely months. They've said as well this is mainly going to be about upcoming Wii U and Nintendo 3DS games, and so there won't be any talk of kind of your NXs or your Androids or iOS or anything like that. We covered a lot of that last week as well. But yeah, it's really exciting. We haven't had one in ages. Obviously, they used to be hosted by Satoru Iwata, and now he's passed away, so we don't know who's going to be hosting or anything like that. But it's really exciting, and I love that they've been sending emails around, and everyone's been kind of talking about it. It's been this big advertised event. It's like, welcome to the return of Nintendo Directs, and it's, you know, a big deal. I got so excited when I saw about this on Twitter yesterday. We tweeted a link to it as well. I don't know what to expect. The thing is, they said in the investors meeting last week that they've got 3DS games that are coming out this year they've yet to announce. So, well, you know, that could well be something that gets talked about. It could be lots of Wii U stuff. I assume they're going to be talking about the Xenoblade game, which comes out at the top of December. But yeah, it's at 10 p.m. if you're in the UK. So I'll be tweeting it probably tomorrow evening when I watch. And you can follow the action by tweeting hashtag Nintendo Direct EU and get Nintendo UK on YouTube where it'll be streamed as well. Exciting, and we'll see what happens. And obviously, next week on Heroes of Handheld, we'll kind of have a recap of everything that got talked about.
Yes. So, has there not been a Nintendo Direct since our boy passed away?
No, not for months now. I don't know when the last one was. I feel like it was in the summer, maybe.
It's
Possibly
crazy.
even early. I know they've. I mean, obviously Nintendo have had kind of other things to discuss and sort before that. The most recent one, the last one was in May, and that was the one that was all about Splatoon. And in fact, there's only been 3 this year. There was an April one, a January one, and a May one. And then obviously summer was kind of ruled by Iwasa's passing, and I had a lot of stuff to do. Then they've been very busy talking about NX and things. So yes, it's very exciting. Colin, do you want to put on any bets on what's going to be talked about?
Something to do with Mario and something to do with Zelda.
Right.
Sorry, my knowledge of
mate.
upcoming Nintendo games is not strong.
I'm thinking. I'm calling it. I'm thinking the Smash Bros. Announcement. Either Shovel Knight, I think, could get announced. Shovel Knight's got a pretty good chance because the Amiibo comes out next month as well. Or another kind of big third-party character like a Rayman or something like that, I think might get announced. That would be cool. But who knows? It's exciting either way, and I guess we'll wait and see what happens.
What do you think is going to be announced in terms of Smash Bros. Then?
Well, new characters, new levels. I mean, they did that big survey that was like, who do you want to see in Smash Bros? And that closed last month. So they might well talk about the results from that as well and see what kind of people have been suggesting. It could be. I mean, it could just be levels. They've been quietly kind of releasing levels and stuff. Like there's been a few different levels and costume packs and things that get spoke about, but I think characters deserve their own kind of announcement in terms of it. So we'll see. I think maybe the characters from Splatoon could jump across as well, as they're trying to they've announced this Splatoon Smash Bros. Wii U bundles that you can pick up. So maybe they're trying to they're the sort of lead franchises, and Splatoon is very popular and proven very popular with the audience. So maybe the Inklings will make their way across.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised about the Splatoon thing. They do seem to be really pushing that.
It'd be just in time for Christmas as well, wouldn't it? Because it would be like, hey, look, Splatoon's on Smash Bros. Oh, if you don't know what Splatoon is, why not pick it up in time for the holiday season?
So,
I got Splatoon.
It's
very good.
Is it good? Is it actually good?
Yeah, it is actually. I mean, it's got issues. Like there's a in other team-based. So my other big team game that I play a lot is TF2. I've logged a lot of hours on TF2 on Steam. And what I like about that is that you can change
Team Fortress, right?
Team Fortress, yeah, and you can change your class and your weapons to kind of suit what's going on in your team. Splatoon is like very much you pick what you want to play as, and then you just hope that people on your team have got a good balance. Because sometimes you rock up and you end up on a team of like 4 of you have got the same weapon out, and obviously different weapons kind of suit different styles, so it can get a bit frustrating. But it's really fun. Music's great, and it's the only game I've really played where the match can be won or lost in the last like 15-30 seconds. Like a really strong push can kind of take the game. So it's really good. I actually think it would be really good on 3DS as well. I'm really surprised that it must just be a tech thing, but it would suit the 2 screens really well. I'd love for it to make the leap somehow.
I think it looks gorgeous on the Wii U screen, the Wii U tablet.
Beautiful.
I've seen.
And it's so different as well.
Yeah. I mean, it's Nintendo's take on the first-person shooter, isn't it? Is it first person or is it third person?
It's third person, but it's more on like the team. I'd say more on the team shooter
stuff. Yeah, that's what I meant. Yeah, so the online shooter.
Yeah, it's that sort of like ground control thing. It's not really capture the flag. That's not fair, but it's kind of more that than like a kills to deaths thing. So yeah, Nintendo Direct happening tomorrow, 10 o'clock UK time. But we'll see what happens. I'm excited.
Cool. I mean, the main games like that, they need to be addictive for them to be good. Like those team deathmatch sort of games, like they have to give you the feeling that you just want to have one more game before you finish.
Yeah.
Does it do that? Does Splatoon do that?
Yeah, it's only 2 minute lots. They're like 2 minutes, so it's like, well, yeah, I'll have another one. I'll go on then, one more. I'll go on then, one more. Like it's really addictive. You can go back and forth on it for like I meant to play for 10 minutes and like missed the TV show because I've been playing it so much before.
Yeah,
It's
well,
really good.
that's cool. Yeah, I wish I could play that, but I don't have a Wii U. Maybe one day I will. When they're going dirt cheap, I'll get one. Right, so that's cool. Right, so I've got a few bits of Sony and PlayStation news to get through.
Yeah.
The first thing I want to talk about is a departure from Sony. His name Shahid Kamal Ahmed, and he was Sony's strategic content division. He was head of Sony's strategic content division in the UK. He's been brought up on the show before. I think there's some controversy with some comments he made about the Vita, or like how people were having a go at him when the Vita wasn't mentioned in the show, something along those lines. But the reason why we should be sad about his departure is that he was one of the reasons why a lot of big indie, well, not big names, but indie titles came to the Vita. So you might Hell, who bought Thomas Was Alone, and what's the game he's working on now? Volume. So he's the guy who got Mike Bithell to come to the Vita. He bought developers like Vlambeer. He is also responsible for bringing Hotline Miami to the PlayStation Vita. And a lot of other games. And a lot of other games like that. So he should be thankful for the work he's done. He's been at Sony for 10 years, and his statement, which he wrote on his personal blog, said, "On December the 1st, 2015, I will be celebrating 10 years at PlayStation. This has been the most rewarding period of my professional life. I have had personal highs and lows, and the company has supported me throughout. The last few years in particular have brought so many professional highs that it's been hard to take it all in. So it might surprise you to learn that I'm planning on leaving this wonderful company. Some will want to know why, and some will want to know what it means to developers and to the amazing strategic content team that I will be leaving behind. Strategic content will continue. There are no plans to change anything. Our approach to developers will also be unchanged. We have many talented people across the board who work tirelessly to support developers in bringing their video games to PlayStation. Leaving this company has been the hardest decision of my career because I get to work with the most dedicated, friendly, and inspiring people in the business. So why am I doing this? Why leave when things are going so well?" Right. Whew, let's take a breath. And he continues. He says the reason he's leaving is because he wants to make games again. I stopped being a developer around a quarter of a century ago, and I've seen so many changes since then, with most of the exciting ones happening in the last few years. I want to be part of that. It's that simple. The team at PlayStation, while sad to see me go, completely understands my desire. I'm privileged to enjoy their support. So there you go. He wants to leave so he can start making games again. But we should be, as I said, we should be thankful for the work he did in supporting Vita. As I said, he brought a lot of amazing indie games to the platform. I was looking at the comments on Reddit when this was announced. Obviously, you're going to get your assholes on the internet making comments. A lot of people, well, not a lot of people, but a certain few people were saying how we were trying to blame him for the reason why the Vita has quote unquote failed. I mean, something that people do bring up is the fact that I can't remember what conference it was, but it was a conference Sony did, and they didn't mention the Vita once. Obviously, it could be a few of them, and people had to go at him, and rather than tackle those questions and what people are saying, he completely ignored everyone. So that's the only negative I can think of. But then, what can he say, really? Sony's his company. He can't start bad mouthing Sony, can he? Really? So it's better to just keep quiet. But yeah. So farewell to Shahid Ahmed, and I hope he does well in the future, and hopefully we'll see some games from him in the future. We wait and see.
And it would be cool for him to make stuff for Vita as well, because that would be sort of full circle, wouldn't it?
Yeah, I just hope. Well, it'll be interesting to see what happens now he's gone, because as I said, he was a big promoter of the PlayStation Vita and bringing games to the platform. So it'll be interesting to see whether anyone replaces him or whether they just completely scrap that job role. I guess we wait and see. But yeah, it's always sad when someone who's done so much for one of our beloved platforms leaves the company. So yeah, we wish him well. We wish him well.
Do you want me to kind of butt in, Colin?
No.
No, you're lying. I'm going to do it anyway. Next in Nintendo news. So there's this thing it's really popular in Japan, and it's just come out in America, and then Friday it comes out in Europe. It's called Nintendo Badge Arcade. Now, you know how in arcades, Colin, we've been to a couple of arcades, and I know you love them claw machines. You know, you're
I do like
line
a
it
claw
up,
machine.
and you get someone to stand around the side, and you get them to go back, and then you have to go, and then it like the claw descends, and then you pick up the toys, and they end up going the claw.
The claw decides who will go and who will stay.
Anyway. This is Nintendo's version of that. It's called Nintendo Badge Arcade. We're going to embed the trailer here at handheld.com so you can watch it. But ostensibly, it's a claw machine that lets you pick up these badges, and then the badges you can use to customize your home screen, so you can make it look a bit more interesting than the norm, and you'll also be able to get little Street Pass extras and stuff from playing this game. Here's the thing. Here's what's weird about it. Weird's the wrong word, but here's what's interesting about it, is that with the 3DS version, you get 5 daily free tries on a practice machine, and then you can win a real play on like a machine that will let you win badges for your home screen. But if you're impatient, you can pay 90p to have a couple more goes. So this is like a slot machine where you insert your kind of your quid or however much it is for your slot machine to have another spin, except it's all for digital stuff, and the actual base app is free. Now, I think this is really interesting. I think it's a really cool idea, and I think it's very new for Nintendo to do something like this. And it's obviously been popular in Japan, so they must have brought it over here. But Nintendo's payment and eShop system is so slow. If it makes me go through that every time just so I can put 90p on, I'm just going to get like bored really quick. Like I can't see myself paying, or if I have to like trundle through and put in card, and then I've forgotten my password, so you have to get in your card details all over again, and then it connects to the internet, and then it's like, ding, 90p, there you go. Like it's really 90p, such a it's strange that it's such a small amount of money, because it's such a faff to get any money on your eShop account in the first place. But what do you reckon? Would you play this on your 2DS?
So is there a chance that if you try this game, you won't get anything?
Yeah. Like you could, if you mess up your go for the day, that's it. So say you mess up your go for the day, that's it, and then you don't get another go. Right. I mean, it looks like it's fairly easy, to be honest, from the trailer, but who knows? It's hard to say until I actually played it.
I just love it. I'm looking at the post, this tweet from Nintendo America, and the first reply to it is someone saying, "Nice one, baby." Nice one, baby.
Yeah, and it does. To be fair, you can customize your home screen and make it look really cool with the stuff you win.
I don't trust that bunny. I don't trust that rabbit.
Rabbit looks sketchy. Yeah, definitely watch the trailer and see what you think. Nintendo Life have also kind of clocked as well that you can see some new models at the end of the trailer, which is a new 3DS XO in white, which I don't think has been released in Europe as far as we can work out, because it's all white. So this maybe means we're getting it over here, or it could just be like a thing with the animation. Who knows? But yeah, definitely check out. We'll embed that tweet as well. Check out the trailer at heroeshandheld.com. Colin, back to you, my good friend.
You'll never guess what I've got in my hands, Chris.
Go on.
My Willy. No, but do you know what else I've got in my hand?
Your 2DS. Yeah, that's what you're playing.
I'm not playing anything. Because I haven't turned it on in so long. I've had to do 3 updates, and I'm in the new Miiverse. It's confusing me. I'm not too sure what I do. It's all different.
Is it because yours has been clogged with dust from the tiny amount you've been playing it?
Probably, but I just don't get it. It's confusing. Anyway, it's nice to have my 2DS on again, though. I forgot how nice it feels in my hands. Anyway, what are we saying? Oh, yes.
Do some news.
I'll do some news.
I'm going to go for a wee. Keep doing your news.
Nice. Chris has gone for a little wee. I do like the sound of that claw machine. It does look quite fun. That Nintendo Badge Arcade. It's good. Right, so I've got a few more bits of news to talk about before we end. The first one, it seems a bit pointless talking about this one now because it's over. By the time you're hearing this podcast, this Kickstarter campaign will be over. It was a campaign for a game called Wanderer, which is a 2D adventure game blending cinematic platformer and RPG into an immersive and beautiful lo-fi sci-fi universe. It looks absolutely incredible, this game. Really liking the look of the art style. Now, if this game were to have reached $90,000, it would have been brought to the Vita and the PS4. Unfortunately, as I'm recording this at about 8 o'clock on Wednesday, it's got 52 minutes left of its campaign. And it's only on £81,012. So unless it makes $8,988 in the space of 52 minutes, this game isn't coming to Vita. But you never know. I mean, sometimes not developers. Sometimes publishers will see these games on Kickstarter and they'll pick them up themselves. So you never know. This might still come to PlayStation Vita. But it does look really cool. I love the art style. I love anything sciencey and spacey. I'm a big fan of Mass Effect and all those games. By the way, almost a year until Mass Effect 4 comes out. Mass Effect Andromeda. Can't wait. It's going to be amazing. So yeah, that's one thing I wanted to talk about. But unfortunately, it doesn't look like it's going to be coming to Vita. But why not just search Wanderer on Kickstarter? Because it does. What was that?
It's me.
What was that? God, you made me jump.
Me? Why are you talking about Mass Effect?
That scared me because, like, I'm in my flat on my own. It's dead quiet, and then I suddenly hear like a bang. I'm like, holy shit, what was that? Anyway, so yeah, I'm talking about Wanderer.
No, you were talking about Mass Effect. I heard you.
I was. Oh my! As we were talking, it's bloody gone down. Basically, I don't know if you picked up what I was saying, but a game called Wanderer is on Kickstarter. It's a RPG, 2D adventure based in space. And if it got to $90,000, it would have come to the Vita and PS4, but it's only on 80,000. It's got 51 minutes to go. It was on 81,000, but as I was talking to you, it's gone down to 80,000. So clearly someone's taken their money back, which isn't good. But it's going to be coming out anyway because its pledge goal was 70,000. So it's beaten that. It's a shame though that as I was saying, like sometimes developers and publishers do see these games on Kickstarter and then decide to pick them up themselves. So you never know.
On the record column,
it could still come to Vita.
Is this going to come to Vita or not? It's got 50 minutes. Say it now. Say it now.
It's not going to get to 90,000. But what I'm saying is it still could come to Vita because a publisher might release it on Vita if they support it. You never know. It's happened in the past where like companies have ended their Kickstarter campaigns because publishers have said they want to release it for them. So you never know. Anyway, so that's that news done. Anything else you want to talk about, Chris?
Yeah, I can come in.
Okay.
I want to talk about physical games, which, as we know, are sometimes hard to get hold of. However, if you're an American and you're trying to get Ocarina of Time, it is quite a difficult thing to find it new and like in box. It's been quite hard to get hold of, some would say. And there's always like Reddit threads as well about like, oh, if anyone's in America, can you pick me up a copy of this, blah, blah, blah. Anyway, if you're in the States, Best Buy are now replenishing their 3DS new copies of Ocarina of Time. So if you want to play this and you don't want to get it digitally, you want to get it on cart so you can trade it when you're done, it looks like Best Buys are being able to restock these. Whether this means they're being reprinted, who knows? But you should, if you're in America, go check out your local Best Buy and see if there's a phone booth whilst you're there. Also, if you're in Japan and you're a fan of Mega Man, then you'll be pleased to hear that the Mega Man Legacy Collection is going to get a limited physical release on 3DS in Japan. It comes out, as we know, February 25th next year. And there is a version from the Capcom store, which is $80, and it comes with some really cool stuff. It comes with, it's really cute, you should check this out. It comes with a notebook/plan for 2016, a sticky note set, bookmarks, and 2 download codes for 3DS menu themes, which are very kind of Mega Man themed and cool looking. And also, if you buy this from the eCapcom website, then you'll be able to get 6 cover inserts, one of them inserted below. at random. So inside below, this is me reading. So you can check that out by going to heroesofhandheld.com. We'll put a link up as to where you can order that from. It's all in Japanese, but it's cool that it's getting a physical release because I thought this was just going to be digital. And I love that Capcom are now starting to pay attention to Mega Man again, because for a long time they were like, who's a Mega Man?
What's a Mega Man?
Suddenly they're kind of they're kind of getting into it, so that's good. I'll do another thing about kind of deals and stuff whilst we're talking about it. Is that one very kind 3DS user called Dreams in Digital on the 3DS deals subreddit is putting together a master list of 3DS deals for Black Friday 2015. I'm going to copy this in so that if you're hunting for a bargain, I think Black Friday is in like 2 weeks' time.
27th.
Yeah, so if you're planning in advance what to get, we'll copy a link in so that you can go and have a look and see what's going on. And presumably that'll be updated and added to as more stuff gets announced. Colin, back to you.
Talking of Black Friday, that links on very nicely to one of my articles. So, as Chris said, Black Friday is upon us. Well, it's not upon us yet, but it's coming very soon, and we're all looking out for awesome offers. There have been some leaks of what offers are going to be around in America in GameStop, which are all to do with Vita and Vita games. So you can get between the 27th and 29th of November, which crosses Black Friday, and does that reach Cyber Monday? No, it doesn't, because Cyber Monday would be the 30th, wouldn't it? Yeah, it's on the 30th, yeah. Anyway, so on the Black Friday offers at GameStop in America, you can get the Vita Slim Aqua for $170. That'll be on sale from the 24th up to the 28th only. So that's about $110, I guess. But you get the Vita in a lovely bluish aqua color. So what that basically means is when you turn on the Vita, it goes, I'm a Barbie girl in the Barbie world. It's fantastic. Life in plastic. That's what it means. You can also get Persona Dancing All Night for $40. Freedom. This is pretty good. You can get Freedom Wars for $4.99. That's madness.
That's a great deal.
That's like £2.50 or something. That's insane. If that was over here, I'll definitely get that. You can get Blaze Blue Phantasma Extend for $30. Skull Candy Inked Earbuds for $8, which has nothing to do with Vita. But these are for North America only, unfortunately, because obviously we don't have GameStop over here in Britain. I'm constantly having a look on Games' website because they've got a page dedicated to Black Friday deals. It says Black Friday 2015. But it's annoyingly empty at the moment. I tell you, I'm in a spendy mood, Chris. If I see a good deal for anything gaming that I want, I'm getting it.
That's not like you, because normally you're known for your tight wallet. As it were. Stay on.
Hey, if I can get a 3DS and a Wii U for 50p, I might just consider it. Anyway,
yeah.
So there's a few offers there, but I'm sure as we get ever nearer to Black Friday, we'll have a few more offers to talk about. I'm just going to talk about another piece of news very quickly. This is to do with Skullgirls Second Encore, which is the enhanced version of Skullgirls, which is a 2D fighter game. So it's a 2D animated females fighting. That's why it's called Skullgirls. So this extended and not extended, but this enhanced edition, so Second Encore, was supposed to release on Vita in July along with the PS4 edition of the game. The PS4 version came out, but the Vita game never materialized. And it was all a bit quiet on the front, and people were wondering whether it was still coming to Vita. Well, a few days ago, the developers Lab Zero Games, and more specifically, a designer from Lab Zero Games, who's called Earl Gertwagen. That's a great name, Earl Gertwagen. He explained in a Reddit Q&A, in an Ask Me Anything, if you will, what he was asked what's happening with the Vita version. And here is his quote. Skullgirls' Second Encore for Vita is still ongoing or optimization, and there are a number of bugs to take care of. While somewhat small, we feel they are unacceptable to ship with. We want it to be on par with other fighting games released on that platform, and it's unfortunately not there yet. We had originally projected it would be ready to ship a few weeks after the PS4 version's release, but we ran into walls trying to bring optimization up to par and grossly underestimated how much work that would require. This moved us into a time frame where we had to start implementing features for the upcoming release of the Japanese version, which has further contributed to the delay. So basically, they're saying the reason why the Vita version hasn't happened yet is firstly because they're focusing on other versions, and also because they keep running into walls and they want to make it the best game they can, but they seem to be encountering endless issues at the moment. But it's good to know that they are still working on this game and that they want to ensure that it's of a high quality before it comes to PlayStation Vita. I mean, if you think of games in the past like Borderlands 2, which came out on Vita, which was ported over, and that was a complete buggy mess. I remember I mentioned this a few weeks ago, actually, in my little recorded segments on the podcast, that there was actually an update released for Borderlands 2 on Vita, which supposedly fixed some of the issues with the frame rate and the bugs and things like that. I haven't had the chance to check it out yet, but I'll definitely look into that at some point. But I'm just glad that they have come out and actually said they are still working on it, and it is going to be coming in the near future. I've never played Skullgirls, but I do like fighting games, so it's very highly regarded. So I'm sure it'll be very good. It'll be very good, Chris.
It'll be very good. And speaking of things that are very good, Colin, NintendoLife.com are reporting that there's going to be a new Puzzles and Dragons game for the 3DS. This follows on from Puzzles and Dragons Z and Puzzles and Dragons Super Mario Edition. More details will arrive this month, but apparently it's going to come out to the Nintendo handheld in the near future. There's no artwork. All we know is that Japanese magazine Koro Koro are going to be talking about it. So we'll put a little link up to the article, and then hopefully when it gets more kind of information, you'll be able to see about it. But the original Puzzles and Dragons did really well in Japan. It did over 1.5 million copies shipped, which is really good. Then a Mario themed version came out. Both versions actually came out in Europe in May and North America, but like bundled together. The Super Mario Bros. Edition didn't really do as well, I think, because everyone had already probably played the first one. But all we know is that a new one is going to be coming out on the 3DS, and presumably there is talk it might be mentioned in the Nintendo Direct tomorrow, but we'll see what happens. And we'll embed a link to Perfectly Nintendo. Talked about this a lot, so we'll embed a link so that you can read the source there. So keep your eyes peeled for that. I think there isn't a whole lot of big 3DS stuff, really. It's been quite a quiet week. Everyone's sort of teetering in anticipation for tomorrow's big press conference, so we'll have to see what happens. Colin,
and Chris has already said he's going to live tweet whilst watching the Nintendo Direct.
If I can stay awake at 10 p.m, I'll be there. Colin, over to you. Finish up your news and give me a kiss.
Capiche? Like a quiche. Like it. Anyway, right, so I've got one last bit of news, and that is the sales figures for October have been released for Sony platforms. And I just thought it'd be fun to play a bit of a guessing game with Christopher. So I've got the list of games, so the top 20 selling games on PlayStation Vita in October, and this is for PSP as well. So, Chris, can you guess games that are in the top 20?
Okay, so it was Halloween, wasn't it? So I'm thinking some spookies. Binding of Isaac.
You are wrong. That's not in the top 20. That's a good guess, though.
Minecraft. People love Minecraft.
Minecraft is second.
Yes. Okay. Super Meat Boy.
Super Me, no.
Walking Dead.
Walking Dead, the complete first season is at number 5. I'm surprised about that. Well, I guess it makes sense because people who haven't played the game before, and if they're looking for a scary game, Walking Dead, obviously. But I'm just going to read the list.
No. Give me one more guess.
Okay, go on, myself. Go on. I'm waiting.
Gravity Rush 1.
Oh, you are wrong. That's not in the top 20, which does surprise me, actually. Maybe
Naruto 3, the Bleach edition.
That's it. That's the one. Anyway, so the top 20 games. So let's start with 20. Number 20 is The Wolf Among Us, the complete first season.
I was about to say that.
Glad to see that's back in the list again. Denghai Bongo Fighting Climax is at 19. Not surprised about 18. This is a PSP game. Star Wars Battlefront 2. I wonder why that's appeared in there again.
I wonder why everyone's talking about Star Wars.
I wonder. Have you seen the videos of Darth Vader in the new Battlefront?
No.
It's pretty cool. 17 is Demon Gaze. 16 is Muramasa Rebirth.
Is Demon Gaze about what I think it's about?
What, demons gazing?
Oh, okay, never mind.
Rude, but PG-13. Anyway, 15 is Castlevania: The Dracula X Chronicles. That's a PSP game. 14 is Metal Slug 3. 13 is Resident Evil Revelations 2. 12, Valkyrie Chronicles 2. Number 11 is our boy Hotline Miami. That's good. Number 10 is Mega Man Maverick Hunter X, which is a PSP game. Number 9 is also your boy Terraria. That's at number 9.
Yes.
Metal Gear Solid Peace Walker at number 8, PSP game. Sword Art Online Hollow Fragment at number 8. Number 6, boy. Number 6 is the bigger boy who you still have neglected.
Hotline Miami 2.
Wrong number is at number 6. I still can't believe you haven't played that after all the hype. I don't get you. Why have you not played it? You can't even give me a reason.
I'm vile, aren't I?
What? But why? Tell me. What's made you? Because I thought you downloaded it first day.
I don't know, Colin. Perhaps I don't have a Vita anymore. And that's a lie. I still do. I still do. Just haven't got time.
Are you serious? You haven't got a Vita anymore?
No, of course I still have my Vita.
Let's see it then.
This is a boring link.
I want some proof. That was literally like a knife to the heart, what you just said.
Where are you? He's in here somewhere.
Oh, where's the Vita? Where's the Vita? Where's the Vita? Where could the Vita be?
Here we are. Hang on.
I just want to prove that Crystal. I want to see evidence that Crystal has his Vita because I'm worried, people. I'm worried.
There you go.
Oh, fuck off.
Whee! For those of you listening, I just did a little gag when I pulled out my PSP instead of my Vita because I'm so funny.
Why have you still got your PSP?
Good question.
Trade in and get £2. Get a Zinger meal from KFC.
Oh yeah, that'd be great. Vita.
Oh, this is sad. You need to turn your Vita on again, man.
If I never use it. Okay, I'm going on the hunt for my Vita. Keep him talking.
Right, so while Chris is trying to prove that he still owns a Vita, I'm going to read through the rest of the list here. So I'm reading through the top selling games for October for Vita. Number 5, as I said, was Walking Dead, the complete first season. Number 4 is Orishika Tainted Bloodlines.
Found it. It was on the bookcase. Of course it was. There you go. See? Still there.
We got it. Good. I'm happy. I'm satisfied. Number 3 is Dead Nation. Number 2 is Minecraft. I'm guessing Minecraft has obviously always been in the top there because it's such a big game. But the release of the Halloween DLC probably helped as well. And number 1, which is quite surprising actually, the number 1 selling game for October is Little Big Planet PlayStation Vita Edition. Sort of come out of nowhere, really. I think a lot of people believe this is because it's on sale at the moment on the North American store. It's always on sale over here in Europe as well. So there you go. It's good to see Little Big Planet still doing well, flying the flag for our boys at Media Molecule.
Maybe it's people jealous of Super Mario Maker and they want to be able to create.
Maybe. I'm surprised Tearaway is not in the top 20 though. It's nowhere to be seen. Just a quick look here. I'm looking at what the top PlayStation 1 Classics downloads are, and not a surprise, the top 5 are all Crash Bandicoot games. Yeah. Love it. Crash Bandicoot 1, Crash Bandicoot 3, Crash Bandicoot 2, and Crash Team Racing. And the Spyro trilogy's in there as well. I love it. Right, so I'm done. Bye. All my news is done.
Take care. All best.
I'd love to play Killzone Mercenary with you again, Chris. You know, I'd really dig that, you know?
One day. Not too far.
Whoa.
So are we done? Are we out? Are we 2 multiplied by 10+1?
I think Rowty. You know, Rowty.
I would heartily recommend everyone watches the Nintendo Direct. And Colin, make one bet. What's going to be mentioned? Give me some info because you wouldn't earlier because you're a tight-fisted wallet. But give me some info.
They are going to talk about the new Steel Drivers game. Steel Drivers 2.
Do you mean Steel Divers?
Steel Divers, that's what I meant. The new Steel Divers game. Steel Divers Extra Deep is what it'll be called. And there'll be even more boring floating around and even less targets to hit. It's going to be a treat.
Have you been playing Steel Diver on your 2DS?
It's pretty much the only game I've ever played on my 2DS. Apart from
there are so many good games we could play together and you're playing bloody free one with the submarine.
I'm not even playing that one, mate. I don't think I've got a Sonic game on here, like a Sonic demo. I don't know what that's for.
Have you downloaded Gunman Clive yet?
What's that
If
mean?
anybody listening at home, right, and you've got a 3DS and you're not sure what to play, get Gunman Clive, get Gunman Clive 2, you're sorted. That's it. That's all you need. All you need.
Oh, I've got Mario. I've got Mario Golf on here. I got the demo for Mario Golf. Is that good?
Great. Yeah, sure. We should say hello if you've tweeted us at Handheld Podcast. We love to hear from you and find out what you're playing. My posts that I do every Friday, the weekends here, what's going on, are proving popular. Ethel the Frog getting in touch, and Comsan John Jandamit as well, who's been playing Monster Hunter. Let us know what you're playing by tweeting us at Handheld Podcast. It's that simple. Colin, you haven't said this for ages. How do people get in touch if they are so inclined?
Holy guacamole. There's so many ways. People can tweet us at Handheld Podcast. They can fill out the form on heroesofhandheld.com. They can email us heroesofhandheld@gmail.com. There's literally so many ways. I couldn't even possibly go through them all. Oh wait, I just did. So on our website, Twitter, or email. Freeway or through Facebook, we're on Facebook as well, Heroes of Handheld. We've got 9 likes on there, so let's try and get it to a big old round number of 10. That'd be nice. But you can also find details of our previous episodes on heroesofhandheld.com. You can find a link to our theme song, which is done by the Schnauzer Radio Orchestra. There'll be an article on there later on this evening with all the links to the news articles and what we've spoken about in this week's podcast. I'm just happy to be back, New location, same shit, basically,
I've missed you, Colin. Scottish Colin was fun. Sandwich Colin was fun, but actual Colin is also very fun.
Hello from the other side. I don't know the rest. That's all I know. Can I ask you a question? What do you think of the new James Bond theme song?
I hate it.
Honestly?
But then here's the thing. I don't like it at all, but I've not seen the film, and I think they come alive once you're actually sat in the cinema. Like walks across the screen and he does the little shoots. What are you doing?
All I'll say is when it gets to the opening titles of Spectre, I'll tell you one word, and hopefully when you watch the film, this will make you giggle because you will know the reference.
Yeah.
Octopus.
Okay, I'll keep my
Remember
eyes
that. Remember the word octopus, and you'll giggle. I hope.
Okay.
Literally, we were watching the. I'm not going to ruin the opening for Spectre, but I've seen it, and I was watching the opening bit, and then any second that song's going to kick in, the Sam Smith song.
Yeah.
And then it just starts, and we just it was me and my girlfriend and her family. We just looked at each other, and we're like, oh fucking hell, here we go.
Do you not like it?
Oh, it's boring,
I mean, it's no Chris Cornell, is it? Off of You Know My Name. Hey,
we can't forget. We can't forget the best one. Goldfinger. That's my best one, and also the other great one. Diamonds are forever.
I think you'll find the best one is I can't remember how the start goes.
There's a Duran Duran one, which is pretty good.
Yeah, that's what I was going for. It's the one that's like
Dude looks like a lady. Wow. Dude looks like a lady. That's the one you're talking about.
That's View to a Kill, and that one's sick.
Skyfall.
What's a really good one? Obviously the Madonna one, right?
Die another day. Just die another day.
I think we're wobbling. We should probably wrap things up.
Right, let's head off then. Thank you for listening, everybody. We're back next week, unless my internet fails and my microphone falls over. We wait and see whether that happens. But hopefully Chris will be back, and it'll be nearly Christmas.
Yeah, it's less than 50 days. So we'll have to start talking about Christmas. And next week, we'll be talking obviously all about Nintendo Direct.
And the Black Friday offers as well, because I'm sure there'll be loads to talk about. Thank you for listening, everybody. See you next week. Enjoy playing your Vita and 3DS. Bye.
Bye.